A gorgeous May evening here at Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. Everyone excited for what should be a tremendous night of world-class boxing. It is Fight Night Live here at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Which has hosted some amazing fights and world-class champions. Tonight, a 7-bout card will top Fight Night Live here on Facebook. Let's take a look at our featured 3 bouts of the evening. In our main event, the former world title challenger Delvin Rodriguez hopes to get one more crack at a world title opportunity, but first, he might get past Courtney Pennington. Also, our co-feature, the undefeated rising sensation Danny Gonzalez in the welterweight division will collide against the veteran Samuel Amawako of Ghana. And the woman will be well represented as Kaylee Reese, who just lost her world championship in Germany, will go head-to-head against the 21-fight veteran Ashley Curry. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Flores, joining you for Fight Night Live alongside my colleague for the evening, Michael Woods. Thank you so much for joining us around the world here on Facebook. Michael, tonight it is wonderful that boxing continues to make strides, especially when it comes to technology.
This is the future, and the future is now. All the platforms are going to be streaming. We're ahead of the curve. We're so glad you're joining us, and it's beautiful because it's free, man.
No question about it. And you know what? When it comes to getting the things of the past and of the future, Delvin Rodriguez, who is in the super welterweight division, is hoping that a world title is his future. It has eluded him on 3 separate occasions, Michael, and for him tonight against Courtney Pennington, what does he need to do in order to look impressive and continue to try to once again gain that one more world title opportunity?
He needs to not be old. He needs Father Time to not have come knocking during training camp. He needs to look like a young 437 young Delvin Rodriguez. So I don't know which Delvin it's going to be. That's the drama in this fight, Ray.
No doubt about it. Now, for Courtney Pennington, he's out of Brooklyn, New York. 10-4 is his record. This is a golden opportunity for him. He said he can fight here in the super welterweight division, but has aspirations of going down to 147. A victory over Delvin Rodriguez can put him in the driver's seat for a bigger name fight.
He's a pretty slick guy. He's very mobile, so he could give the older man some problems. This is a good style matchup. It really should play out to be a pretty solid fight.
And you know what, Michael? We're here at the Mohegan Sun Arena. You have been here for some classic encounters. Right now, to dive into more of the history when it comes to the Mohegan Sun, we'll send it to our ringside reporter. Here is Kara Castronovo.
Thanks, guys. Right now, I'm standing in the very arena where the legendary Arturo Gatti fought Mickey Ward for the first time, almost 15 years ago, to this exact date, in this ring, literally 5 feet behind me. Also, who fought in this ring? Paul Williams, Dimitri Andrade, Joe Smith Jr. The list goes on and on. And now, for the first time ever, on Facebook Live, we'll be airing the fights here at the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort. There's an action-packed undercard. I know I'm looking forward to these fights. I'm especially looking forward to the main event, Delvin Rodriguez and Courtney Pennington. Both guys totally believe that they could win this fight, so you know that always means some great action. Back to Ray over at ringside.
Thank you very much, Kara. Getting set for our first bout of the evening, catchweight at 180 pounds. Marco Parente taking on Rich Rivera. And Michael, as you see, Rich Rivera is quite colorful, as we see in his face-off photo.
Yeah, he's the Captain Stubing of pro boxers, and he has told us that he didn't smoke the pipe during training.
Well, now let's meet the fighters. We'll send it up to our ring announcer here for the evening is Mark Frado.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to meet the participants for our first bout of the evening. Please welcome, as he makes his way to the ring from Hartford, Connecticut, Richie Popeye the Sailor Man Rivera.
All right, here we see Richie Popeye the Sailor Man Rivera coming out with the sailor hat. He is 26 years of age. His only fight, a stoppage over Devontae Hopkins in Worcester, Massachusetts. And he is looking to elevate his record to 2-0, but standing in his way will meet his adversary back to Mark
And
Frado.
his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, please welcome Marco Parente.
Marco Parente making his professional debut from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He's under the guidance of Ronnie Taub, a two-time Ontario amateur champion. So he does have some experience in not just coming in without an amateur pedigree, Michael, and we're going to find out if he can showcase some of his amateur skills and transition it into the pros.
If we're judging purely on ring attire, then I must confess to you, my friend, I'm rooting for Popeye.
Well, we'll find out if he has the style, if that being Richie Rivera, if he has the style inside the ring. But Marco Parente steps inside the pro ranks for the very first time. And now to get the night going here at Mohegan Sun Arena, our ring announcer, Mark Frado.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mohegan Sun Arena here in Uncasville, Connecticut. This is the Slugfest at the Sun, brought to you by Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing, and available all over the world on Fight Night Live on Facebook. Welcome to our global audience tuning in through Facebook. Our opening bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the 180-pound catchweight category. It's brought to you by Star Boxing and on Fight Night Live, courtesy of Mohegan Sun, Barbour 19, Northeastern Fine Jewelry, Lucky Strike, Anderson Martial Arts, RSC Productions, and GGK Enterprises. The bouts this evening are sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. The chairman of Mohegan Tribe is Kevin Brown. Chief of the tribe, Lynn Malerba. The supervisors, Michael Mazzulli and Michael Murtha. The doctors at ringside this evening, Michael Schwartz, MD, Gary Spector, MD, and Anthony Alessi, MD. And your timer, Hall of Famer Bill Maxheimer. The judges in our opening bout, Glenn Feldman, Tom Carasone, and Steve Weisfeld. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Danny Chavone. And now, introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 177.5 pounds. His professional record, undefeated, 1-0. That victory coming by way of knockout. Wearing blue with yellow this evening, hailing from Hartford, Connecticut. Please welcome Richie Popeye the Sailor Man Rivera. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent across the ring weighed in at 179.75 pounds, wearing purple and gold as he makes his professional debut this evening. Representing Toronto, Ontario, Canada, please welcome Marco Parente.
Now let's take a look at our tail of the tape, Michael. Brought to you by Barbour 19, and that is Talent Management Entertainment Production Company. Michael, take us behind the numbers.
26 and 26, so even in age, not much footage existing on each guy. This is a coin flip fight as far as I'm concerned.
And now let's get the evening started. It is Fight Night Live here on Facebook. Marco Parente wearing the purple and the gold, wearing the blue and gold is, as we take a look at Richie Rivera. And Rivera coming out immediately and swinging for the fences, Michael.
Richie comes out sending that message to the judges. I want this. I want to win this.
Hey, also, don't forget to be active and send your comments our way. We're going to be interacting with you all night long here on Facebook. As you see the jab there by Richie Rivera. And Parente trying to establish himself. He comes forward looking to shoot his jab down the middle, right to the midsection of Richie Rivera.
We're going to go with Richie Rivera. We're not going to go with Popeye, right?
No, we're going to go either or. However you want to go ahead and distinguish
yeah,
him. But
this is going to be the tone. This is Facebook Live here. We're not stuffed shirts. Yeah, we do have ties, but we want to have fun here.
Well, Richie Rivera he came out strong, but Parente comes forward, and he now is the aggressor here in the early stages of this matchup.
Parente looking to land the right-hand bomb. He landed one and sent Popeye back to the ropes there. So far, a spirited matchup, a good way to start off the series, I would say.
Completely agree with you, Michael. And look at Richie Rivera, a 4-punch combination highlighted by a chopping right hand. And Parente a little bit heavy on his feet. And Richie Rivera evading that left hook.
We could have a hair issue, too, it looks like.
Well, yes, the hair is wild in the eyes of Marco Parente.
He had
out
sort of a
Toronto.
samurai bun, right? And it looks like the bun has already come out, so.
It has come discombobulated. Going to the body is Parente. An uppercut there. Sneaky right uppercut that jacked the jaw of Parente by Richie Rivera.
With these newbies, I'm going to be keeping an eye on stamina. Someone could be sort of shooting their wad, so to speak, here, coming out with too much fire and energy and fervor early on. And they're going to save anything for later? Remains to be seen.
Well, it's a 4-round fight, so we'll see. And Rivera slowed up his tempo a little bit as we are under a minute to go. Ray Flores, Michael Woods, great to be at ringside. A straight right hand down the middle. And Richie Rivera came out. He was very aggressive, and now he's boxing around. He's allowing Parente to be the aggressor, but he's setting traps and is a very good counterpuncher. Is Richie Rivera, Michael?
It's bombs away here. This is honestly what we like to start out with the series. We don't want to start out with the stinker, bro.
Well, and here's what we love about Fight Night Live here on Facebook is we're showing you every single fight, so you're getting every single matchup on this card, not just the 3 feature bouts of the evening. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, make sure to go ahead and voice them, and we will get to them in between rounds and during the course of tonight's telecast. And Parente trying to close the distance and hammer on the body of Richie Rivera.
Parente, I think, studied up a little Chuck Wepner footage coming into this fight. He's a bit of a wild man.
Final stages of round 1, Richie Rivera and Marco Parente. And there you see Marco Parente. They are in the corner of Tony Marco, in the corner of Marco Parente. Michael, what are you telling him as you go ahead and after round number 1?
I'm going to say settle down a little bit. Okay, catch your breath in there. 4 rounds is only 4 rounds, quote unquote. But man, that's a lot of fighting. That's a lot of minutes accumulated. So save a little something. Breathe, relax.
And that is Ronnie Tell, who is guiding Marco Parente in the corner, Tony Blanco for Richie Rivera. On your unofficial scorecard, Michael, how would you have it?
Rivera, better movement in the first round, so sort of ring generalship might have taken it, but Parente was just bombs away. I'm going to go with the ultimate wussy. I'm going to go with the draw in the first round.
Okay.
Even Steven, baby.
All right. Well, Harold Letterman sitting ringside, and I wonder what his thoughts are. I'm sure we will speak with him. And a nice left hook there by Richie Rivera. And Rivera moves forward, hammering away on the body. And Parente on the back, it's Big Sexy. Well, right now, he isn't looking sexy. He's getting hammered with some clubbing right hands. Compliments of the 26-year-old out of Hartford, Connecticut, Richie Rivera.
Popeye ate his spinach coming into this. Power shots, right hand especially, is working to the body. Big Sexy, though, he's not put off by it. He's still coming forward. This is an action fight. The talent is, these are not the most refined guys, but it's bombs away here at the Mohegan Sun.
Nice uppercut by Richie Rivera, who staggers Parente, and Parente covering up now, but he stays at close quarters, and he shoots a left hook down, and Rivera continues to box. And with Rivera, he's changing up his speeds, Michael, as we're seeing. He's boxing to the center of the ring, but then he comes and is the aggressor. He sort of has Marco Parente all balanced.
Yeah, I like his mobility. It's decent, and he gets off, and then he gets out. It's a pretty decent to great. To me, obviously winning this round.
Coming up on 80 seconds left in the second round. Marco Parente isn't as active, whereas Richie Rivera seems to be getting better and more comfortable as this round continues.
Rivera coming up from underneath too, varying the shots. The right hand, though, is his best weapon thus far, and there it is, landing hard and clean.
Well, he's been landing in at will, but also what impresses me out of Richie Rivera is that right uppercut. As Parente comes forward and is aggressive, he'll step back a little bit and shoot that sharp right uppercut up the middle.
And mixing something of everything. He didn't forget the jab there. He had gotten away from it, mostly bombing power punches. Little body work now, backing his man up against the rope. Popeye working off the ropes.
Rivera is weathering the onslaught, but Parente digging to the body, and he comes upstairs. That misses Rivera. Rivera spins him around. That's a veteran-like move as well, Michael, as he had his back against the ropes against the aggressive Parente, and he spun around and regained control of the center of the ring.
The man is sending the signal, though. Parente is backing up now, clinching more. I believe the stamina is on the wane here at the end of round 2.
Richie Rivera in control against Marco Parente through 2 here at Mohegan Sun. It is Fight Night Live here on Facebook, and that's an uppercut to punctuate the second round.
We'd like to thank the following corporate partners: Mohegan Sun, Bar 419, Northeastern Fine Jewelry, Lucky Strike, Anderson Martial Arts, RSC Productions, and GTK Enterprises. Thank you for your support of Slugfest at the Sun and Fight Night Live on Facebook.
And there you see Tony Blanco in the corner of Rich Rivera. They've got to be quite happy with what they have seen so far out of Richie Rivera.
Message is, keep doing what you're doing, kid. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the pressure on. Keep bombing with the right hand. I believe the stamina will be waning in this third round. That was a clear round for Popeye last time.
So you have it two, or you have it one
Harold's
round.
gonna hate me because I scored the first round even, and I had Richie with round 2.
Okay. And Richie Rivera, he's wearing the blue and the gold, and Parente wearing the purple with the gold. And coming forward is Marco Parente. Parente, two-time Ontario Golden Gloves champion. Richie Rivera, his only fight in January, a stoppage of victory. They come forward, and Rivera, for Richie Rivera, that was back on January 19th, a TKO win over Devontae Hopkins. And Rivera does have power, as we're seeing it demonstrated, but Parente's very tough and swarming. He almost makes you bring your lunch pail to work in many aspects there, Michael.
Big Sexy is definitely going to be feeling it in the body, and maybe as he goes to the toilet tomorrow, he's going to be seeing some red, because he's been eating a lot of body shots, a lot of right hands to the body. That right hand is stiff, clean, strong from Richie.
That was an echoing right hand by Richie Rivera that momentarily backed up Parente. And
Parente is loading up.
He is. Well, it is the epitome of telegraphing your shots. Not much variation. He kind of steps in, leans in, lunges, and comes barreling forward. But if you're Richie Rivera, I'd like to see him throw his jab more. You know, he kind of, the shoe shine here, but that had no effect whatsoever, which in the eyes of the judges, he's trying to now put on a show for the fans. He's from nearby Hartford.
And you see him huffing and puffing, but he's still cracking with that right hand.
75 seconds left, round number 3.
Looking over to the corner and for the time, how much time, because he is getting pressed more in this round from Parente. Parente sort of balls to the wall here. Uppercut from Richie.
Hey guys,
it's an action fight, Ray.
It is. And Richie Rivera wearing the blue and the gold, wearing the purple with the gold is Marco Parente. 1-0 for Rivera, making his pro debut as Marco Parente. And we are showing all these fights here tonight on Fight Night Live here on Facebook. Nice uppercut there by Richie Rivera.
Fighting pride of Hartford. Right hands are piling up, uppercuts.
And Parente is grabbing and clutching, and there is some blood outside of the left eye of Marco Parente. He held on because he got lit up with an uppercut from Richie Rivera.
Richie watches tape of this fight afterwards, and his corner got to be very happy with the right hand body work. throughout the fight so far.
It's a nice right hand, and Richie Rivera finding more of a destination for that lead right hand. Richie Rivera in total control, and a right hand backing up Marco Parente as round number 3 comes to a close.
He sent notification it was coming, but it landed anyway, Ray.
No doubt. You see our lovely ring girl for the evening as we are enjoying ourselves here at the Mohegan Sun. That is Nikki, our ring girl here for Star Boxing. Round number 4 on the way. Through 3, Michael Woods, how do you have it?
Richie Rivera is absolutely up.
Let's take a look at
he won
some
2
of the
rounds
work.
clearly.
And here's
Little
that
replay action. Big uppercut you saw. Hurtful right to the body. It's been persistent throughout. Now starting round 4, I expect more of the same from Richie.
And Richie Rivera, I like he's varying his arsenal, and a right hand smack in the head of Marco Parente, but he's got to get his guard, his cup up, as we're seeing it over his trunks there. Wonder if referee Danny Chavon will go ahead and bring a momentary stop to the contest to get that fixed. But now he's going with the jab again as Richie Rivera. He realizes if he continues to pester Marco Parente with that jab, he could get a finish in this fight.
So the New York State Hall of Fame matchmaker Ron Katz is here. He's enjoying this fight, but he's making Popeye sounds during the fight. It's distracting me somewhat. What is the Popeye again? There it is.
Well, Ron Katz is clearly liking what he is seeing out of Richie Rivera. Tonight's event being promoted by Joe DeGuardia, Star Boxing. Don't forget, coming up, Delvin Rodriguez, Courtney Pennington in our main event, 154 pounds. But right now we have Rich Rivera, who is in control against Marco Parente.
Parente indicated that he got hit behind the head. No, it was in front. It was a decent shot, man. It just feels like you're getting hit everywhere. A lot of punishment taken from Parente.
Marco Parente is absorbing straight rights all night long, along with some right uppercuts. At this particular juncture, Michael, with the fact that he is getting literally hit all over.
The end could be near. The question is now, can he finish the fight?
Leaping left hook that found its mark for Richie Rivera. Rivera has 80 seconds to finish this fight. Can he bring a close to Marco Parente?
Finishing would be a win for him, Ray.
Well, we talk about, at the top of the broadcast with Delvin Rodriguez, style points. Can he finish in grand style? Can Richie Rivera finish this off and dispose of Marco Parente? An uppercut, jar in the head, and some blood flowing from the nose of Marco Parente.
Parente has been holding on for dear life, bleeding from the nose, eating uppercuts. He's eating everything, Ray.
Well, he has certainly earned his money here tonight. And Marco Parente, with 45 seconds left, just seems to be content to take this fight to the scorecards. You're watching Fight Night Live here on Facebook. And again, it is, and Danny Chavon wave it off. I'm surprised with the stoppage, but whatever the case may be, it is Richie Rivera who picks up his second technical knockout to begin his pro career.
So, is he the most refined guy? But what stands out for me is excellent power and works that right hand of the body in filthy fashion, Ray.
And he found a way to break him down. He used those straight right hands down the middle, used the uppercuts, and also Rivera used the leverage and the aggression from Parente against him in this fight, Mike.
And he held the reservoir of stamina throughout the fight, too. He didn't shoot his wad, as they say. This guy booked 2 fights on BoxRec. He knew he was going to win, and that wasn't overly cocky. He's okay. I want to see him again.
Well, if you have any comments, especially about this particular contest, make sure to go ahead and face right here on Fight Night Live. Let's take a look at the end of the fight. Michael, break it down for us.
So, clean, hard shot, right hand landing, and Danny Chavon says, I don't need to see anymore. This isn't changing, and I'm going to save you some brain cells, kid.
When Danny Chavon he saw that Parente was laboring and moving forward and just kind of holding on, and he brought an end to the fight. And I didn't think it was a bad stoppage. I thought it was a little premature, but in the end, it's about the safety of the fighters.
And my friend, out comes the pipe.
And here we see. I don't think there's
No
anything in that
smoking
pipe.
in
No,
here, sir.
there is no smoking in here. You're Mohegan's son.
We got a sign coming out. We got a poster coming out. Folks coming in from Hartford liking this message here. You guys can see it on Facebook Live.
Yes, and that is, I believe, his father there that Richie Rivera is dedicating this fight to. Got to love the emotion.
Love you, Grandpa, gone but never forgotten.
It says grandpa. I stand corrected. It is his grandfather. That is a picture of him with his grandfather.
Ray, here's the
Family
bottom
very
line.
close.
Do I want to see this kid again? I want to see the kid again.
I do. Absolutely do. You know, Richie Rivera 2-0 out of Hartford. Improves his record. Both wins by way of stoppage. And I like, you know, we saw the jab used in that fourth round. We mentioned in the second, third round, he used his jab, and it's not coincidental that using his jab allowed him to land his power shots more.
You're a guy who likes those basics, huh? Set it up with the basics,
I love
baby.
the fundamentals. A guy who I loved watching fight was Paulie Malignaggi, who used his jab to the T. But right now, another guy who I like is Mark Freda, who has the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Danny Chabon, calls for a halt to the contest. Your official time, 2 minutes, 27 seconds in round number 4. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated from Hartford, Connecticut, Richie Popeye the Sailor Man Rivera.
So Richie Rivera comes out victorious here tonight with a fourth round stoppage in the final round over Marco Parente. And now we'll send it up to our ringside reporter. Here is the lovely Kara Castronovo.
Richie, considering the fact that you basically threw everything at him besides the kitchen sink, did you expect to knock him out sooner? I mean, there's blood all over the ring. There's blood on the ref's shirt. I don't know if anybody could see it. It's pretty crazy.
Well, I done told my people's first fight at Mohegan's son, you know, he'd be down in 3, but it went up to 4, but it was still a good fight, you know. It was exciting. This is only my second fight, so I'm still in there with a lot of nerves and a lot of anxiety, so I'm just trying to settle down in there, you know. First and foremost, I really got to thank God, give God all the glory. You know, I got a lot of people from my church, Crossroads Community Cathedral. You know, I got people from the Hands-On program where we do volunteer work. You know, HBC, we got a lot of people that, you know, I just like to show them that this wasn't just a me thing. It was all about, you know, the community, where we're from, and just trying to show love.
What's up next for you, Richie?
Next fight will be in Worcester, Massachusetts, June 10th. We'll just keep trying to keep fighting, you know, just stay positive and keep working hard, you know. I got amazing coaches, Hector Rosario, Tony behind me, you know. It takes a village to get a great fighter on his feet, you know.
Well, congratulations on a spectacular knockout victory. Is there anything else that you want to say to your fans here tonight?
Y'all should know the deal, man. It's Popeye the Sailor Man Rivera. Strong to the finish because I eat that spinach, baby. We out here, toot-toot!
Strong to the finish.
Thanks.
Because
Congratulations, Richie.
strong to the finish because all I eat is spinach. Now that is a T-shirt slogan written all over it, Michael Woods.
It is, friend, and I guess the reporter and me would be curious how much intake of actual spinach he does, or if that's just a fallacy.
Well, maybe there is spinach in that pipe. And let's take a look at some of the highlights from this contest, Michael.
So you saw some elements of all-around basics here. You saw some movement. You like the jab from him, but for me, really what stood out is the powerful right hand. It was hard to miss on Parente, whose defense is still a work in progress.
And he got the finish, did Richie Rivera. So fight number 1 is in the books here, Fight Night Live on Facebook. For those that are fight